Guys, happy Sunday. Welcome back to the channel. It is time for the Splinterlands Card Market Watch. This is episode number 55. Today is March 1st, 2026, and we are going to get into all things Splinterlands, all the token prices, pack prices, card prices, a lot of new information to share with you guys. We've got a brand new mini set out, Escalation, all the different prices on the variants. So sit back, relax, get a drink. Let's go. Okay, starting with tokens, SPS. So SPS has seen a little bit of a bounce, not much. You can see 2 weeks ago we were at just under 0.6 of a cent. Currently we are at 0.0062. Vouchers. One thing I want to tell you guys about vouchers. I've heard that the next voucher cards coming out, there's going to be 3 of them, and it's going to be towards the end of the month. So we've got about a month to start stockpiling those vouchers. Currently they're at 1.5 cents, and you're going to need a lot of them to get the cards maxed out. From what I remember Blaze saying, I think like the legendary and epic, they want to stay around like 11,000 vouchers to max them out. I think for the common you're looking at 10,000. So lots of vouchers. You know, you don't have to max the cards out depending on what league you play in. You know, if you're only in silver or bronze, you know, you won't need as many, but definitely don't forget about vouchers. I know there's so much going on in the game right now. You know, everybody's concentrating on Escalation, the end of the Conclave Arcana sale, but don't forget about the voucher cards that'll be coming up right at the end of the month. So just wanted to point that out. DEC has seen a little bit of a bounce. You know, it's still low, but where we were from 2 weeks ago, where we're at 54% a peg. Currently, 1,000 DEC is 62.1 cents. Then speaking of vouchers, the voucher supply is just over 17 million. I expect this to be the year where the voucher supply really drops. You know, we're going to be getting, I believe, 10 voucher cards coming out this year. Like I mentioned just a moment ago, 3 of them will be out, planned to be out at the end of March. So this supply is going to dwindle. You can see the supply only grew by 178,000 over the last 2 weeks, or just under 13,000 a day. Like I said, got vouchers. That's going to be the new motto. SPS burning, new section you can see right here that just got added to the Card Market Watch. We can now burn SPS instead of getting rewards if you are in Silver League or higher. And I've talked about this for the longest time. We need to have an in-game SPS burn, even in small amounts. It's going to add up. So this just went live a few days ago. You can see where we were over the last few weeks and months. We were burning just under 300,000 for 2 weeks, you know, about 320,000 for 2 weeks. Over the last 2 weeks, it was 560,000. Now, of that, 209,000 of it is because of the SPS in-game burn. So this is making a huge impact already, and we're just getting started. We have burnt 40,000 SPS per day over the last 2 weeks, and you can see that's double to where we were 2 weeks ago. So I cannot overstate how important this is to have just a minor SPS burn that's not mandatory. You know, you can choose whether to burn SPS or get your rewards, but it's going to be really exciting to track how much we burn over the coming weeks and months. Okay, let's get to packs now. So a lot of the older packs, there hasn't been a whole lot of movement. You know, everyone's focusing on Conclave Arcana and Escalation. Alpha packs, so there is an alpha pack out there for 25 bucks. So, you know, original set, there's only 4,000 packs left. If you don't own one, I would highly suggest at least have one. I'm still thinking at some point in the future they're going to have an achievement system, and I think some of the achievements are going to be things like owning one of every pack, you know, having one of each Chaos Legion common, having one of each, you know, orb, gold foil, you know, anything you can think of, there's probably going to be some sort of an achievement system. And just in general, how cool is it to just own an alpha pack, you know, the first pack ever printed in Splinterlands. All right, beta. So beta came down a little bit from $8.75 to $8, just over 19,500 packs there. Untamed, under 5 at $4.77, just over 40,000 packs remain there. Dice, $3.50. Orb is sitting at $4 even. Chaos Legion still holding in that mid 35-cent range. You know, we go down to about 32 up to 38. Still 1.5 million Chaos Legion packs still available. Another thing they've talked about is another 2, I believe, common cards that can be produced from land resources. I believe it's stone and iron, but the main component also is cinder. So don't forget about cinder. And one of the best ways to get cinder, of course, is to buy and burn those cheap Chaos Legion cards. Rift Watchers came down a little bit from 93 cents down to 80 cents, but look at the amount that's been open over the last month. 2 weeks ago, over 700 packs. Currently, the last 2 weeks, 690 packs. So starting to dwindle. Maybe by the end of the year, we'll actually be under 100,000 packs of Rift Watchers. Rebellion prices are coming down, down to $2.50 a pack. And Foundation, we're getting players that list several hundred Foundation packs at a time at a certain price, and that kind of sets the floor. So we'll have somebody that'll list like 300 packs at 7.5 cents, and then somebody will list like 200 packs at 6 cents. That keeps pushing the price down. So currently we're at 5 cents. All right, let's move on to sets now. So Alpha, we'll just go through this quickly because we've got a lot to go through in part 2. We'll just look at, the first column for the prices. So Alpha Commons start at 24 cents, Rares at $1.20, Epics at $3.75, and Legendaries at $25. Your gold foil cards, there's still that one gold foil Alpha Common for $11.52. Gold foil rares start at $59, Epics at $120, and gold legendaries at $1,500. There are a few gold legendaries on the market. We'll look at those in part 2. As far as the promos, once again, all the promos are no longer for sale on the marketplace currently, except for the common at $3.70 and the rare at $6.98. Moving to beta commons start at 5 cents, rares at 25, epics at 89 cents, and legendaries at 5.45. And then the gold foil versions, gold foil commons $2.50 and up, rares $9.35. Gold epics at $29 and gold legendaries start at $285. Your beta promo cards, the Dragon Summoner is at 26 cents, the rare at 32 cents, the epic at $2.77, legendary Red Dragon at $78.44, Prince Julian at 500, and then Archmage Arius is down to 420. Gold foil versions, the only ones available are the common for $2.66 and the gold foil legendary Red Dragon for $400. All right, next is Untamed. Untamed commons start at a penny, rares at 6 cents, epics at 23 cents, and legendaries at $1.57. So not a lot of movement there. Gold foils start at 52 cents, rares at $2.37. Epics at $12, and gold legendaries at $85. But look at the high number here, 2,000. So some key cards. Kitty still right around 50 bucks at $49.49. Llama at $22 still. Jotun down to $16.97, and Kron at $8. And look at this, guys. Gold foil kitty. It's been a long time since we saw this price, $2,000. There's only one on the market. This, I think, is an absolute steal. A gold foil llama for only $95. That I would say is definitely a buy. If you are a player in Wild, you don't own a gold foil llama, I don't know the next time you're going to see one under $100. You know there's not very many of those out there. Gold foil Jotun is $160, and gold foil Kron, don't see many of them on the market. You can see we had one a month ago for $400. Currently there's one for $2,000. Then your promo cards, Halfling Alchemist, 66 cents. Chain Golem, $7.95. Mighty Dricken, $229. Gold Foil Halfling Alchemist, $28.65. Gold Chain Golem, $64. And no gold Mighty Dricken. Okay, moving to dice. So commons, once again, start at 2 cents. Rares, 12 cents. Epics, 26 cents. And legendaries, $3.35. Your gold foil commons start at 63 cents. Rares, which are your archons, $2.69. Epics at $14.89, and gold legendaries start at 80 bucks. And then for orb, commons start at 6 cents, rares at 25, epics $1.03, legendaries $5.75. And then the gold foil commons $2.54, gold rares $9.79. Once again, no gold epics. There's only 2 in the set. And then gold legendaries range from $2.50 to $5.99. And those cards are the gold foil warlord for $300, the Lord of Fire for $2.50, and the corrupted Pegasus for $5.99. All right, Chaos Legion. So one thing I've noticed about Chaos Legion, of course, the regular cards, the price is pretty much the same for the floor. 1 cent commons, 2 cent rares, 9 or 10 cent epics, and right around 50 cent legendaries. But some of the legendary archons are starting to move in price. For quite a while, a lot of them were like $2 and less. Now you're starting to get a few in the $3 to $4 range. So we'll get into that in part 2. So there is just a little bit of value still in Chaos Legion regular foils. As far as the gold foils go, commons are still at 18 cents and up, rares 79 cents, epics, that nice 350 to 7 range, it's pretty steady, and then gold legendaries 21.27 up to 117. Your Chaos Legion Soulbound cards, commons start at 4 cents, rares at 24, epics at 99 cents, and then legendaries $5.99. The gold foil versions, commons at 94 cents, rares $3.77, gold foil epics at $12.50, and gold legendaries at $79. And then your promo cards from Chaos Legion. The Bears at 7 cents, Ruse 13 cents, Osher $14.80, Dr. Blight $5.33, Zerial $4.95. Look at Waka. Waka's down under $35 at $34.65, and this is for a max level summoner. And Lux Vega at $100. So it's been that price before, not for a few months, but $100 for a Lux Vega. And then get this for the gold foil versions. The Bear $1.84, Vruz $1.18, Osher $39.99, gold foil Dr. Blight $32.50, gold foil Zuriel $45.21. Gold foil Waka is still $1,500, but look at the gold foil Lux Vega. A month ago it was $2,000. 2 weeks ago it's $1,000. Currently $699. Yeah, I don't know if you're going to see another Lux Vega under $700. So just saying. Just want to point that out there. Okay, Rift Watchers. So you can see here the regular foil. Commons a penny, rares 5 cents, epics 18 cents, and legendaries 75 cents. Not a whole lot of movement in the regular foils. Gold foils pretty much the same. Gold foil commons starting at 22 cents, rares at 91, epics at $4.60, and then legendaries $27.55. Okay, moving to Rebellion. So Rebellion commons started a penny, rares at 4 cents, epics at 22, and legendaries $1.24. Gold foil commons start at 31 cents, rares at 92, epics at $3.36, and gold foil legendaries $25.09. And then your Soulbound cards from Rebellion. Commons 3 to 18 cents, rares 14 to 55, epics 90 cents to 221, legendaries $4.02 to $6.94, and then the gold Soulbound common cards $1.19 to $1.78, rares $4 to $7.50, epics $17.59 to $45, and once again no gold foil legendaries on the market. Some of your key legendary cards from Rebellion. Kai is down to $2.05, Arcane $8.45, Rage is down to $13.90, Darg is at $8.50, Venka is down under $20 to $15 for a Venka, Lorcus is at $60. A little misleading, there's one single copy for $60. After that, they are all multiple BCX, so you can still get one a lot cheaper per card. Cryptic is at $12.99. Look at this, Tofu is down to $35, EMP $14.39, Nidhogger down to $15.70, and Riskeldrath at $8.17. Then your gold foil versions. Kai's at $28.61, Arcane $73, Gold Foil Rage $114. I think the steal for the gold foils is definitely a gold foil Darg for $31.99. Gold foil Venka $179.99. Gold Lorcus $140. Gold Cryptic for $63. I think another great deal. Gold foil Tofu $159. Gold EMP for $149. Gold Nidhogger, $119.99, and finally Gold Foil Riskeldrath for $119. And then all your various promo cards. So Grimbarden Smith just holding above $1 at $1.05 with the gold foil at $13.92. Mantaroth is down to $15. Gold foil still holding strong at $3.99. Enforcers at 31 cents. Gold foil at $9.27. Baron Fiat, $5.93 with the gold foil up to $117.60, so almost doubled in price. Mana Wardens up to 27 cents with the gold foil at $1.81. Sanctus is at $3.99 with the gold foil at $8. Eleanor, $21.90 with the gold foil at $497.77. Night Stalker, $1.09, gold foil $7.75. Delia, $22.81 with the gold foil at $3.50. Rune Anarchist, $2, gold foil at $20. Rick Loneman, once again, still at $29, and once again, no gold foil. Mariput Mossmender, 55 cents with the gold foil at $7.88. Nefkit, $13.60 with the gold foil at $94.05. Ulfka, $3.58, gold foil $49.50. Warborn Shaman, $3.48, gold foil $16.63. Fizbo is at $24 with the gold foil at $85. Currently, there is no Heloise Heloise the Hollow? None on the market. Keelan Gaines, 79 cents. The gold foil is at $10.25. And now we move on to Conclave Arcana. So the big hype is Conclave Arcana pack sales are ending in the next, I believe, week. So if you saw one of my pack openings recently, you would see that I did get a very good pull out of Escalation packs. And I think we are going to see a lot of great pulls in the next month from Conclave Arcana. So the common cards currently starting at a penny. Rares at 12 cents, epics at 32, legendaries at $2.66. Gold foils start at 24 cents, rares at $1.04, epics at $3.76, and legendaries just under $30 at $29.40. Black foil cards, common start at $42.89. We're currently on mint number 139. Rares start at $119.99, currently on mint 41. Epics, $249.95. Current mint number is 26, and then legendaries are 49. The 12 is a little bit misleading. There are 12 copies of, I believe, Captain Frankie. A lot of the other ones are on mint numbers 8 and 9. So for most of the legendary cards, you have less than 10 of the black foil legendaries. Okay, the Gold Arcane commons $30 to $147.84. Gold Arcane Rares, $49.95 to $60. There's only one Gold Arcane Epic for $129.99, and no Gold Legendaries. And for your Black Foil Arcane, commons go from $499.99 to $528.37. There's no rares currently for sale. A single Epic for $395, and no Legendaries. Okay, the reward cards. Commons 2 cents, rares 7 to 11 cents, epics 44 cents to $1.15, legendaries $2.50 to $5.29. And then the gold foil, and these are limited to the print numbers you see here. Commons go from 22 to 32 cents, rares 60 cents to $2.19, epics from $3.20 to $24.98, and the legendary cards $27 up to $58.85. The black foil reward cards, commons start at $23.49, Rares start at 25, epics start at 170, and legendaries start at 380. Then your arcane cards, so the gold arcane start at $12.33, the rares start at 23, the epics start at $62, and the gold arcane legendary start at $175. And then finally your black arcane commons 65 to 150, rares 130 to 350. There's one black arcane epic for $220, and then there's still that one of one black arcane legendary card for $12.99.99. Okay, we've got some new promo cards to talk about. So the Skinwalker, 74 cents, gold foil at 518, and the gold arcane at 300. Grammel the Hunger is 920, gold foil at 64.40, and black foil at 1,000. Yabanus is at 43.95. New edition from Escalation, Duldris, the rare card, is at 91 cents. Gold foil is selling for $8.28. There is a black foil for $429 and a gold arcane for $333. Then Portioneer is selling for $6.74. The gold foil is at $82.50. There is a black foil for $1,450. Then your airdrop cards, Zirk, $5.27, gold foil $46.35. Zarin is at $3.15 with the gold foil at $57.91. Calamity $8.91 with the gold foil at $50. Loving the Moo $7.28, gold foil at $49.34. Captain Frankie $9 with the gold foil at $71.28. Elowen $9.79 with the gold foil at $69.99. And your voucher cards, Tososhi $2.74, gold foil at $72.01. Dargatum $21.55, no other versions available. The pickle is at 11 cents, gold foil is at $1.89, and there is a gold arcane pickle for 1,000. Cloveria, the sale for the gold arcanes just ended. The regular foil is at $2.74, gold foil at $24.74, and there is a gold arcane on the market for $483. The Arena Fanatic is selling for 49 cents, and the gold foil is at $7.37. Luckiest Longshot is currently at 41 cents. And then your jackpot cards from the chess. The common, Shadowcomb, 28 cents, gold foil at $3.87, and a gold arcane for $137. Busy Beaver is at 70 cents, gold foil at $14.99, and there is a black arcane beaver for $399. There you go, Weevil. Wibble. I don't know why I said Weevil. Wibble. Go ahead and pick that one up. Runekeeper, 31 cents. Gold foil is at $5.75, black foil $399.99. Herulfa, $3.63, gold foil at $44, and the black foil at $1,000. And then finally the legendary Grix, $52 with a gold foil for $200. Okay, next we go to foundations. So you can see the prices here. Regular foil, commons, and rares start at a penny. Epics at 2 cents. Legendaries at 4. Gold foil commons start at a penny. Rares 5 cents. Epics at 30. Legendaries at $1.49. The non-starter cards are both a penny. I'll just kind of scroll through here. I won't read out all the prices for the epics and legendaries. You can see the prices here, still very low. Saltwater Mage is the key epic at 27 cents. And then the Scale Weaver is still the key legendary at 59 cents. Then your gold foil versions, the big movement here, Lady Amara, I believe there's only one or two on the market, went from 48 cents up to $6.38. The Horse Tamers at 70 cents, gold foil Assel at 89 cents, Glimmermancer at $1, gold foil Lenore 40 cents, and Saltwater Mage at $1.67. And then your legendaries, the Salamander is at $2, the Guardian at $1.70, Root at $3.33, Gold Musketeer at $9.98, and Gold Scale Weaver at $4.98. Then the black foil cards, commons start at $2.95, rares at $5, epics at $6.99, and legendaries at $74.99. The gold arcane, commons start at $6.98, rares start at $20, epics start at $50, and currently no legendary gold arcane. And then black arcane commons start at $21.98, the rares at $40, the epics at $69. All right, the jackpot cards. So the common jackpot card is 17 cents, the gold foil is at $6.64, and the gold arcane at $36.49. The rare thief, 94 cents for the regular foil, $7.80 for the gold, and $120 for the black foil. The epic white chickadee, $2.99, gold foil at $12.80. And then finally the legendary heiress, $25.50 with a gold foil at $38.98. And then your land cards. Common is at $2.65, the rare at $14, epic at $22.90, and no legendary once again for sale. Gold foil common land card $28, rare $63, epic $155, and there is a gold legendary land card for $600. And that is it, guys. Oh wait, I forgot something. I forgot Escalation. So we're going to have to put all the Escalation cards in, and that will be part 2, and I think part 3 is going to be the deep dive. So you're going to get a 3-part market watch this week. So do you guys like the content, want to support the channel at Buy Me a Coffee? Membership is only $2 a month. You can go up to $4 for the high tier, or you can just do a one-time tip if you just want to say thanks. Members get free monthly giveaways, and if you are a $4 member, you get a personalized video on any Splinterlands topic of your choice. So if you are a silver member, just send me a message and let me know what you would like a video on. Okay, guys, that is it for part 1. Like I said, part 2, we're going to get into Escalation. And then part 3, we're going to do a deep dive into everything. So until then, stay the course, keep on forging, and have fun. And I will see you soon in part 2. Take care.